TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
Playing hard, they're well coached, they're disciplined, and that's a big time win for our program.
Yeah, CJJ, VBI, all really nice games from it, but you also closed the game with a guy who was a 35th pick and an undrafted rookie. Just, how much of those contributions from guys like Herb and Jose have helped you guys get to this point this season?
They're really growing up before our eyes, but it's a credit to Griff and Trajan and Swin and our management team that went after these guys because they realized how special they were. And at one point, I had 3 rookies on the floor at the same time. Now, I was nervous as heck with those guys being on the floor, but they've worked at it, they've improved, and they've earned the opportunity to be on the floor.
Yeah, and Christian mentioned that your big 3 scorers come out for 81 points tonight. How important were they just, coming up with answers every single time the Spurs, try to make a run?
Yeah, we have to ride those guys. When you get to this point in the season, we got to bump their minutes up a little bit more. We're going to run more plays that go through them and allow them to create for others, and they did a heck of a job tonight.
And you talked about it before, just wanting to build something here in the city, something that the fans can get behind. Just how meaningful is it to win a game like this, in front of a packed house, with all the emotion that went into this game?
I'm grateful. Number one, building our foundation with thanking God and keeping him first in everything that we do is important. Our guys understand that. 2, just character. Just continue to bring character in our building, and guys that want to compete, play hard, and play together. And that's what we have. And we're excited about where our team can go.
Looked like this might have been the most emotion we've seen from Herb on the court. What do you think about the job that he did? He seemed like he was everywhere. I mean, I think the play late where he goes under the screen and meets DeJounte at the rim. I mean, you just don't see, I think rookies make that play.
Herb was locked in. I could tell from the time we had our first meeting prepping for this team, I looked in his eyes and he just was ready. And he's watching, he's studying, he's in the gym, he's doing 2-a-days, he's doing everything he can to be prepared. And he knew that was going to be a challenging matchup, and he met it head first. I'm proud of that kid. He works his tail off. Trey, Najee, Jose, and the other guys on our team that sacrificing, guys that want to play that didn't get a chance to play as many minutes as we wanted to. But, top to bottom, everybody's contributing.
They cut it to 6, I think, with about 4:30 left. You get the stop, and then it's bucket, bucket, bucket. I mean, how big was it for you guys to just get those in succession to kind of spread that back out and get that lead to where it was?
It's big time. We know early in the season that we had games like that where we just didn't close. And we just continue to work at it, watch tape the last 5 minutes of games and see what teams are running to be successful. And talking to our guys in the huddle, it was just about execution on both ends of the floor, and they did that. So once again, we're proud of them.
You said you were nervous as heck with 3 rookies out there at the same time. I mean, technically, this is your maiden voyage into the postseason as a head coach. Were you at all nervous or nervous energy at any point, even at the start of the game?
Absolutely, 100%. Nervous because we want to go out and play well. We want to make sure that we're prepared. None of our guys are afraid, so it's not that type of nervousness, but it's definitely a human factor that you want to go out and do well. You want your team to go out and do well, and yeah, it's there for sure.
And I apologize for not celebrating this one long enough, but we won't get to talk to you. You're leaving early tomorrow. How long do you celebrate this one before you even start worrying about the Clippers?
We'll celebrate tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll get up and start preparing right away for the Clippers. We have a good idea of who they are as a team. It's going to be another extremely difficult challenge for us, and we just have to get ready.
Well, you talk about the rookies and a lot of young guys on your team. How important was it for CJ to get off to a hot start? 83% from the field in the first half, 27 points, kind of catalyst to get y'all revved up for what was going to happen later in the game.
He was great. He set the tone early. He understood the moment, and it sort of calmed the rest of the guys down. We just got the ball to him, and he made play after play, score after score, and then the rest of the guys just started to feed off CJ. But he's been in these moments. He's played on the big stage, and, you know, it's no coincidence that he goes out and have the game that he has.
One more for me. I think the last defensive play of the first half, you're calling for Trey and Herb to switch so that Herb can get the switch on the DeJounte. What does it say about the two of them to see that in the moment, the clock ticking, and then be able to make the switch and then Herb being able to finish that off?
This big time. Trey was looking at me, and I was talking to him, and he tapped Herb, and then Herb looked, and then they just made the transaction. But, you know, those guys, like I said, it's a credit to our coaching staff. I'll say it again. They've been amazing working with our guys in the gym early, all day, every day, because we understand with our group, it's about improvement. And we've done that, and we're proud of it. We've become a solid team. Now, we still got a ways to go, but I think we're building a really good foundation.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you, guys.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post-Game Report. Much love to the fam. Appreciate the fam for joining us for this excellent and exciting episode of the Pelican Post-Game Report. Man, the Pelicans, man. Let's give it up to them, DC. The Pels. They took care of business, baby. The Pelicans took care of business against the San Antonio Spurs. And DC, I'm going to tell you something. It was a great game, man. Enjoyed it. Awesome game for the Pelicans. This was called Pelicans Knock Off the Spurs, 113-103. And they advance against the Clippers. It's going to be fun. We celebrate right now, then get ready for the next one against them Clippers, who we took 3 out of 4 in the regular season. Pelicans full stock, man, except for the big guy. But tonight, DC, very exciting game. You can never let up on Coach Pop's team.
Nah, they fought till the end.
Keldon Johnson basically got him in position. Vassell knocking down the shots. Murray doing what he doing, and then of course the Pelicans said enough is enough. We done played around with you guys. Now we gonna get your ass up out of here, and that's what they did in the Smoothie King Center. DC, I'm really proud of how the Pelicans played and able to just close the game out when they realized, man, we got this. We just need to step on these guys with some killer instinct and mush them out. So Big V struggled a little bit early, but got going late. DC, the big guys, Big V, CJ, BI, accounted for 80-something points.
Hold up, you forgot another big guy.
I'm gonna let you talk about him. So with that being said, DC, let's talk about it, bro. Great win by the Pels. Let's get on it.
Great win by the
Thank you,
Pels,
Judah.
man.
Just a second, DC. Thank you, Judah.
Go ahead.
I want to see if the media is still going to say Zion want to leave. and laughing my, you know
Oh,
what off.
they already making that kick, Judah. When he doing
Thank you,
360
brother.
windmills, now he faking an injury again. Watch this. We going here.
Them people
Zion
never quit.
don't want to play. He faking an injury. But
Them people
anyway,
never quit.
you forgot to mention Herb Jones, man. Wow.
Straight Jacket Jones.
Wow, man. Wow, what a performance by him, as well as all the others, man. There was so many big performances tonight. You know, Jose Alvarado came in. Man, that
Thank you, Josh.
lineup they had with him and Herb out there was vicious, man. Vicious. Him, Herb, and CJ. And I forgot who else. They was it Larry Nance? They was mixing different people in and out. I know Jackson Hayes was in that lineup. That lineup is crazy defensively, man. But the Pels, they did it again. They did it as a squad, man. I love when they win like this. CJ was scoring at a crazy clip. But what he did, you know, at a certain point, he realized he wasn't super hot, so he got Big V involved. BI set the tone early. You know, guys were just playing unselfish, man. It led to some crazy statistical numbers too. And we pretty much led this game the whole way. You know what I mean? The Pels did their goddamn thing. There wasn't a way they was gonna lose this game, man. They just had it on their mind from soon as the ball went up, man. They decided they was gonna get this victory. And I don't really think ain't nothing the Spurs could do when they play with this type of determination and the team we are. It was impossible to beat us tonight, man. That's just what it was. The Pels were not going to lose this game. Big win for us, man. They showed out for the city. The city showed up. Y'all seen the blender, you know what I mean? It was going crazy in there, man. It was going crazy in there. Super loud. The energy was crazy, and you could tell the players was feeling it, and they vibed off of it, and it led to CJ McCollum having a goddamn perfect half. You know, Michael Thomas in the building, you know what I mean? I think Antonio Brown was up in that thing too somewhere. Who that is, Coach O?
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen up in the building, man. You know what I mean? Cam, you saw him in the pregame show. So a lot of faces up in there, man. A lot of energy. The city showed up tonight, man. It'd be amazing to see us get an actual playoff game. I know this is basically a playoff game, but a real one, man. It's gonna be crazy. That series we had against the Blazers ain't gonna have nothing on this shit. You watch.
This was terrific, man. Absolutely awesome to watch the Pelicans take this one, man, in the matchup. 113-103. Of course, we got Big Sean chiming in. Thank you, Josh.
Tasha up in here. Hold up,
I love this team. Win, lose, or draw. Thank you, Josh.
Go ahead, Josh. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Thank you, Tasha. Hey, listen, y'all put on the fight there.
What Josh said? You ain't read his comment.
Josh said, I love this team. Win, lose, or draw. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, here goes Sean with a little hate on it. Congratulations. Backhanded comment. That was y'all championship. All right.
Come on, Sean, bro. So if the Spurs would have won, you don't think they'd have been celebrating, bro? Come on, Sean. Cut that out.
He would have said in his voice,
cut that out.
Y'all trash. That's Sean. He would have said just like that. Anyway,
I guess that's as good as it's gonna get.
That's as good as it's gonna get from Sean. All right, let's move into
Tasha told you, basically.
Yeah, but yeah, Tasha was more diplomatic with it. You know, Sean gonna keep it street. All right, so let's keep it going. And this one is the Pelicans knock off Sean and Tasha's club. 113-103, eliminating them this year. They was a terrific. I mean, I got to give it to them. They got some young pieces that they got to keep adding to it. But man, they look good though in certain parts. That Keldon Johnson and that Vassell.
Yeah, those guys were stepping up.
Those
when Vassell couldn't get it going, man. Their young players were stepping up, man. That was encouraging to see.
Yeah, I like those.
They got a lot to look forward for over them.
44 of 88, 1 for the Pelicans from the field, 54.3% from the field tonight by the Pelicans. Great statistics there. And of course, you look at the Spurs, 37 of 91 for just under 41%. Pelicans were 8 of 20 from downtown for 40% flat. Looking at the Spurs at 13 of 34 for 38.2%. They hit 16 of 22 from the charity stripe for almost 73%. Pelicans missed a lot of free throws in this one that could have helped them. Big V hit missed three or 4 of them straight. 17 of 23 by the Pelicans on the night for 74%. But they look at the rebounds. Pelicans were hustling their ass off in this one. 53 rebounds on the night versus 34. That's big. 25 assists. They 5 short of where Willie likes them versus 19 assists. by the Spurs, 4 of 4 with the steals and with the assists, 4 of 4 with the steals. Pelicans, Spurs tied 7 of 3 on the blocks. Pelicans, 14 of the turnovers by the Pelicans versus just 6 by the Spurs. Ever so fundamental. 19 points all versus 9 by the Spurs. Fast break points. Spurs actually won 13-6 points in the paint. Pelicans dominated 56-38 in that thing, led by as much as 21 as the Spurs had by 6. But like I said, they were fighting every step of the way, especially in the third quarter, until the Pelicans said, let's smash these guys and move on to the next thing. We kind of putting out too much damn energy. All right, thank you, Carlton, for your super chat, my friend. He says Herb, 12
that,
points,
brother.
2 steals, 2 blocks, first team all defense. Even what's her name, Doris? Even Doris had to admit that she made a mistake.
Yeah, she was saying she said she wish she could get her vote back.
Right. Yeah.
She could put it in for first team, man. And that's amazing, dude, for a rookie, to be getting that type of credit,
Indeed, DC. Let's talk about that though with the individual statistics. They shot a really good percentage from the field today. Those rebounds were awesome as well. And the points of the paints were special too. What do you like from the teams tonight?
Rebounds, man. You know my thing, rebounds, man. Because following this team, when the Pelicans win the rebound battle, they generally get a W. So when they go out there and they dominate the boards the way they did tonight, it turns into this, man. You're securing possessions on defense. That's the completion of a defense possession when you get that rebound. Or they getting some second chance points if they get an offensive rebound. In this case tonight, they got a few second chance points, but the Spurs did too. But we just dominated the boards, man. Played excellent defense and finished out possessions to make sure that we have extra possessions. You know what I mean? And the points in the paint, like you said, were the key. They attacked. They were very aggressive. They went in and scored at an efficient clip there. All 3 of our big scorers all had good nights. And it started in the paint for all of them. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum scoring from pretty much all over. Kind of kept the defense thrown off, and then they worked in Big V later in the game, man. They got them 56 points in the paint, and they only allowed 38. So that was pretty impressive. In the last stat, tying into that 38 points in the paint, the Pelicans had 7 blocks tonight. The Pels ain't a team that get a lot of blocks. So every time they do, man, it usually was a very special night defensively. And the intensity was turned all the way up, man. They didn't get a lot of turnovers, but the fact that they got 7 blocks and the few turnovers that they did was more than enough to overcompensate for us having those 14 turnovers to 6. So shout out to the Pelicans defense tonight. I know we put up, what was it, 118 points, 113 points. But the defense, man, I ain't gonna say it was the only reason, but it was a big key, and that's what brought us home because we had a rough go at it in that fourth quarter, as you can see, where we only scored 21, and they scored 28, but we was able to close it out defensively. BI hitting some big shots down the clutch, and guys showing up in those moments where they need to, man. So it's on to the Clippers now, but we're gonna finish up this summer. We're gonna go into the player statistics to break it down a little bit further, show you what these guys did. So what them is, Q?
Man, let me tell you something, man. This was really good basketball. Really exciting. It had a little bit of drama in the third and the fourth quarter to kind of light it, but it was an electric environment, man. Enjoying the city come alive for playoff time, man. Really, really good. And of course, the top guy there, of course, was CJ McCollum. 32 points in 39 minutes of action, 12 of 23 from the field. He the man, bro. 3 of 5 from the field. He was perfect from the charity stripe. DC 5 of 5, 32 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He had 4 turnovers, but he was plus 16, man, to lead the team tonight. CJ McCollum was a masterful monster game. Without his contribution, the Pelicans would have had difficulty winning this game. He was solid from the start to the finish. And of course, BI, 27 points in 30 minutes, despite the fact that he had a little foul trouble, didn't let him stop him from being a more effective offensively, attacking the paint, dunking on guys. I mean, BI was doing his damn thing. 20. I can imagine how many points he'd had if we wouldn't have had been set down because of those weird ass fouls. But 30 minutes,
He
11
was
of
on that
19 from the field.
35. He was gonna have a 35-point night.
0 for
That's
2
bro.
from 0 for 2 from downtown. He was 5 or 6 from the charity stripe, 27 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds by BI. And of course, Big V got going a little slow, but when he got going, he took it. 22 points for Big V in 36 minutes. He was 9 of 14 from the field, 0 for 1 from downtown, 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. Struggle there, but 22 points, 14 boards, 3 assists, a couple of blocks, and a steal. Plus 11 on the plus minus. Big V doing his damn thing. Then, of course, 12 points from Herbert Jones, and that straight jacket Jones, as we call him here on the Pelican post game report. In 37 minutes of action, DC 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals,
Most
2
minutes
blocks.
on the team too.
37 minutes. Yeah, he went 1
Well,
minute
no,
more than
CJ played 39. So
39, and he was second. But listen, this is the thing, though. His contribution defensively, his energy, everything that he brought, putting that straight jacket on the guys that he was guarding. I mean, he did a hell of a job today. And then, of course, off the bench, Grand Theft Alvarado, 12 points in 22 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. He was 1 or 2 from the charity stripe, 12 points, 3 assists for Grand Theft Alvarado, man, and they did their thing. 6 from Najee in 12 minutes of action. Trigger Trey had 2 in 22 minutes. He was a bit off, but did play some defense. Got 3 rebounds, dished out an assist. Graham played 7 minutes, 0 points. Don't matter. We still got the win. And Jackson played 20 minutes of action. Didn't score a bucket. Attempted 1, but he had 5 rebounds and assists. And he was running around, flailing at shots, trying to. But he gave a strong, a very active game for Jackson Hayes. And of course, on the other side of the equation, their top guy was Vassell. He had 23 points, but I was really impressed by the likes of Vassell and also Keldon Johnson. In 40 minutes, he led his team in terms of playing minutes, but he had 15 points. And at one time, he basically willed them to kind of narrow the lead down to kind of get close to the Pelicans. It was him flailing around, getting to the cup, but not enough. Not enough tonight. Pelicans say, okay, enough playing with you guys. They put the smack down on them and pushed on. DC, I already named some of the guys who you like, buddy.
Oh, man, the big three. The big three or the big four, should I say, tonight, because those guys were phenomenal, man. Basically, our whole starting lineup. Jackson Hayes got a little rough tonight. Really just didn't assert himself offensively, but I thought he did a decent job defensively, getting rebounds as well. But man, the star, 2 stars really. It was a star and a co-star, and it was BI and CJ McCollum. Like, if you really want to be honest, man, BI came out. He dropped 27, got you 5 rebounds, 5 assists, set the tone. Coming out the gate, it was a little rough. You could see it was going to be a defensive thing. In that first quarter, and BI came out, man, and found his rhythm and basically dropped about 11, 12 of them things right there in the first quarter. Wound up getting in a little bit of foul trouble. CJ was doing his thing. As you see this man drop 32, you know what I mean? 6 rebounds and 7 assists. And got a block, and scored 27 of that 32 in the first half. Soon as BI hit the bench, man, CJ got the cooking. He already started cooking before BI hit the bench, but he took it to another level when BI took his first rest on the bench, man, and dropped 17 points in that second quarter, man. And these 2 guys right there out the gate, set the framework, man, for us to go ahead and get that victory. And then it was followed up by none other than Mr. Herb Jones. All he did was play top-notch defense all game. You seen them stats Big Q was calling out. Did you see the DeJounte Murray stats where he only had 16 points?
Let's put that straight jacket on his ass. That's what
he put the straight jacket on him. It would have been a little more difficult if he wasn't in foul trouble too. But nonetheless, when he was out there, Herb was getting him all he could take, man, and playing excellent help defense as well, man. Some phenomenal plays tonight defensively. And then he goes out and he gives you 12 points too. And gets 5 rebounds and give you 3 assists on top of them 2 blocks and the 2 steals. which is huge because
Plus 10 on the plus
that's
minus.
damn near, yeah, plus 10. That's damn near 4 turnovers he got by himself, and the Spurs only had 6. You know what I mean? So big part of it, man. He was our defense tonight, set the tone, and everybody else followed suit, man. That dude he wanted it tonight. This is the first time I saw Herb just all the way unleashed, man.
Yeah,
I was
he was
surprised with his stamina and his energy. He played hard, and he played hard the entire night.
Yep.
Played with the same level of intensity, man. That is hard to do. That is extremely hard to do. It don't still show up on the stat sheet either. But y'all seen that energy, man. Y'all seen how it was with our defense. And this guy led the charge, man. He led the charge. And then, when we had little problems coming out in the middle of the fourth, end of the third, Big V turned up, man. Big V wasn't doing too hot. He had like 4 points or something like that at halftime. And he came out and he turned up, man, and wound up with 22. He gave 14 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. 2 blocks from Big V, man. Turning on the defense intensity. You know what I mean? And it was a rough go at it, and he found his legs, and he pretty much carried us as spurts in the game. So when they went to try and shut down BI, try and shut down CJ, we went to Big V. So we really do got a big 3, even though Zion ain't here. And they performed admirably tonight, man. Small mentions from other guys is Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall came in and had very productive minutes. No turnovers. 0 turnovers. And he gave 2 assists and 6 points in 12 minutes. He did get 4 fouls. But nonetheless, Najee going to play with that level of intensity. He was really, really getting smarter with his decision making, man. As you've seen him tonight several times, get to the hole. He can get there, and you're like, damn, what Najee about to do? He about to go left and hit him with that cross. Nope. He fake him all the way out and pass. They think he gonna pass. He stop and pop with that little shot he got now. And when they think he gonna do that or one of the others, he taking it to the rack. So good game from him. Very productive minutes for the short time he was out there, man. And Najee Marshall seems to be getting it. Big game. And he got you 5 rebounds, too.
He's out there playing defense.
Yeah. And he's playing defense. I do need to mention that. I thought that was a given. He always played deep. So good game from Najee Marshall, man. And Jose Alvarado as well, man. He led the bench in points. Hit 3 3-pointers on him. They kept leaving him open. Oh, you want double CJ? All right. You know what I'm saying? You want double BI? All right. Yeah, I can shoot. They ain't listen, Q.
Nope.
And then he went out and did what he did and was a pest on defense, man. Like I said, the rotation that they had with him and Herb Jones out there together was extremely difficult for the Spurs, and they were causing a goddamn muck out there, man, with those guys. Love to see him getting the minutes he got. Would I like to see Devontae Graham go off too, but I didn't miss him at all. Those 7 minutes that he got, Jose Alvarado had 10 points at halftime, man. I mean, for such a big game for him to come and do that, this is pretty big. From this moment forward, like I think you have to right now. If we serious about winning, we got to consistently get us through them 22 minutes he got tonight for this playoff run, because he provides so many things outside of just scoring. The energy and the intensity of the team would really won us this game, followed by our leaders. But when it wasn't them, it was guys like Jose Alvarado, guys like Najee Marshall, guys like Larry Nance. Didn't do a lot in the scoring department, but all of those guys contributed to that intensity that they played with. Even Trey Murphy, not a lot of scoring, but I seen everybody hustling their ass off, man. They wanted this win, and I'm glad we got it.
Got it indeed, man. This was a great win by the Pelicans, man. I'm not going to tell you no lie. It was a very exciting game, full of drama, man. And, of course, we know Sean and Tosh are still hating, but we still love y'all. You understand? We love y'all. We know, why? It's a little hate that's hurt right now. They're hurting right now because you want your team ass up out of here.
I'm happy they're in here, man. I respect them for that.
I told you they was going to represent. They ain't Man,
Both
them,
of them came
they
in here
real
too,
deal
man. It's hard. It's
Holyfield.
hard to do that, man.
Man, they real
Hard to
deal
do that.
Holyfield. They sitting right down, right next to each other, just
Yeah,
saying, y'all gonna
that's
join
respect.
us. We
That's
listen.
respect.
Let me tell you something about what's gonna happen to them Clippers, man. And it's not hubris. It's not me boasting or whatever. This is fact. The team that you seen tonight, they're gonna that intensity. We gonna take that package that and bring that shit out there to Clipperland and handle up on that team. We not clip the Clippers out of here. The 4 times we play them this regular season, we beat them 3 times. The regular season thing is 3-1. So I mean, we gonna take care of them. They got Paul George there, but we got everybody except
Got
for
Herb
Big
Jones, man. You
You
seen
know
what
what I'm saying?
happened last time?
So listen, we ain't gonna be joining y'all. We got some work to do. But y'all listen, I want y'all to do. I got a little side project for y'all to do. Tasha and Sean. What I need y'all to do is start looking at that goddamn draft because that's all you got to look forward to. All right. Let's move on. All right, Jalil. Thank you for your super chat, fam.
Appreciate you,
Shout out
Jalil.
to the Spurs, man. I know, bro. I'm giving Tasha and Sean team some love because listen, Vassell and Keldon Johnson, man. Listen, DeJounte Murray, he wasn't on his game like he usually is, but if he was on his game through and through like I've seen him during the year, this would have been a lot difficult game in terms toward the end. But Vassell and that other kid, Keldon Johnson, y'all got something with them too. You got to add some more pieces to them. But yeah, I was, and I've seen Vassell play during the season, and I know he can play. But man, when those guys get right, they're gonna be a force, man. They keep adding to that.
What about Pirtle? You ain't giving Pirtle
The hell
no
with Pirtle. I ain't giving him no credit. He got a stupid ass name. All right, Jalil, much love to you. Shout out to Jalil, brother Jalil. Good to see you,
You're
brother
so
Jalil.
disingenuous, Q. You was just giving the props and you just shitted all over all that.
I said Vassell and Keldon Johnson. The hell with Portal or Pirtle or whatever the hell his name is. His ass in a portal somewhere. Jalil, shout out to the Spurs, man. He said that's gonna be a hell of a team soon. However, beat LA, yes sir. Clips versus Pelicans gonna be fire. It's gonna be some. Thank you for your super chat, my brother. Much love to you. And we got one more here, brother. What's up, brother Thomas? He said Coach Willie wasn't playing tonight. If you wasn't contributing, you was sitting next to me. This ain't the game for empty minutes. And you seen Graham gave Zuch. You got 7 minutes. Sit your ass down. Jose, get on up out of there. It's the playoffs. We ain't got time for you out there stinking it up in the playoffs. Man, all these young people started to score, and you still running around there, not knowing after all this. Now sit on down.
Young people look tentative to shoot at times, man. I remember he had one spot. He was right in the paint. He penetrated the defense. Nobody was there. I thought he was going to go to his little patented floater, and he just kicked it out.
Second guessing himself, DC. We
don't man.
That,
the pressure, is bothering him a little bit. When you out there, man, you got to be aggressive and let it go. When they give it to you, don't force no shots. But if you open, man, go ahead and do your thing. So, it would help if he does a little scoring. But by him playing how he played, we got to see more Jose Alvarado. So it don't matter what you do, man. This Pels team, they got things lined up, man. They got an answer for everything. We're gonna play hard, and we got somebody to come in for everybody now. We finally got 5 for 5. Like me and Big Q would talk about having at least 10 guys where if you switch up your rotations and put in one
you mean to tell me don't go 8 players? They don't play 5 or 10 players no more. This ain't the 90s. Like, bro,
then what?
Right, dude. Well, I mean, like, they don't play 8, 10 players no
more.
What
one of them foul out? Then what?
I mean, dude, I'm like, what?
Foul trouble.
What are you talking, bro? I'm just saying, people be talking out their ass sometime, man. I mean, really do. Like, dude.
No, they just telling you how they play on 2K. They play with 8 players on 2K.
This ain't no game, man. But anyway, let's keep it rolling here, man. Let's get into the next one. The next matchup against yes, sir, you got it. The Los Angeles Clippers, man. And we're gonna lose them. We're gonna leave them lost in Los Angeles, and we're gonna take down those Clippers, man. They've been living on a prayer and a dream this whole damn season. And give it up to Tyronn Lue, man. Tyronn Lue did a hell of a coaching job there. And of course, Pelican Nation, get ready for the media talking up the Clippers like they the Lakers, like they got LeBron there. Oh, the Clippers this, the Clippers that, the Clippers this.
Everybody better than us, Q.
And watch
It's like,
out
you know, TJ did all of that in that
and,
halftime. They were talking about the Spurs.
and we're gonna talk about the breakdown, but watch out for very curious referee play. They called the carry in this game against Jose Alvarado. The guy called it. I was like, what? It's
I ain't
very
heard that call in about 5 years.
Yep. And people was like, what?
I forgot they called that.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something, man. It was kind of crazy. But anyway, let's get into the breakdown on this thing, man. You look at this matchup here. We got to go up to LA and knock them people up out of there, man, in the crypto.com arena there, and let them join their brethren, the Lakers, on the sideline. All right, so this one, DC on the regular season, they finished 42-40. Of course, the last matchup, the game they played was against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves knocked their ass out of there to take the 7th seed, and now they stuck with the game against the Pelicans for the 8th seed. So they're going to double lose. So get ready to lose again. They top guys, Reggie Jackson coming in this thing, averaging 17. Of course, we know that Paul George is back in some capacity, and I think he's their key scorer, so they'll add him in the mixture. And
he dropped 35 or 34 the other night.
And of course, you know, your boy fouled out, and they still came up with the win, you know, for the Minnesota Timberwolves to beat them. So the Clippers, we got to keep their losing streak going. It's going to be jam-packed in Clipper country. It's going to be a late game, too. It's one, you know, them dreaded West Coast games where we got to go up there.
But it's on a Friday, though.
Yep, it's going to be
Good Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good Friday in different ways for the Pelicans as we continue to march on into the playoffs. DC, anyway, you can see some of the top people right there. No matchup indicator on this breakdown. Isn't that funny? All right, so anyway, y'all know we're going to have a full cupboard. We're going to have BI. We're going to have CJ. We're going to have Big V. We're going to have everybody there playing well. Man, it's going to look pretty good in the matchup. And the Pelicans simply got to keep handling the business. They got to win as a team, family. We said this before, is that their only way to win, of course, you see the regular season series right there, is the Pelicans knocked them all 3-1. And we know Paul George was absent the majority of those games, but regardless, the last game they won 119-100. But the Pelicans, man, it's a different team. It's hard to kind of gauge the Pelicans because as the Pelicans play and they move on and they're in the thick of it, and you can see how they're responding to everything. Look at the confidence level, how the Pelicans are playing, the intensity. Like Jose Alvarado, Herb, you've seen the looks in their faces, locked in, having fun. At the end, I just showed footage of them during the game with CJ McCollum dancing. I ain't never seen CJ McCollum. I've been watching CJ McCollum play, but I've never seen him as jubilant as I've seen him with the Pelicans, with him dancing after the post-game interviews and they having fun. And that's what I like to see. If you see that, you see the team enjoys playing, you know, and win it. Right. They
some
lose.
people should be mad that you celebrate, but you know, they was flaming Pat Beverly about that yesterday.
Man, let me tell you, I love it, man.
You lose, man. You gotta celebrate a little bit, especially when you earn that damn celebration. Celebrating they earn that shit. You know what I mean?
I'm proud of them, DC.
Great, man. Great to see that, bro.
Randolph said it. Hold on, DC, just a second. Randolph said it best. Randolph was talking about he was doing pretty much a macrocosm of how the season was for the Pelicans. I just put a graphic on the screen that showed, here it is. Let me put it up here again. Somebody screenshotted this. It's showing starting the NBA season at 1-12 or 0-13 and made the playoffs in NBA history. Only 4 teams ever do it. Your Pelicans is one of them. And that says a lot, regardless of where the Pelicans end up in this season. It just goes to show you that always have faith in your club. Don't get up here talking shit about them and all this kind of old stuff. When they was down in the dirt, people saying it was a lottery team.
Turn them rain machines off.
WB3 with that goddamn rainmaker coming up in here with that Pabst beer. But at the end of the day, see what happens? We kept saying it's a love doctrine. The foundation has to be built, and this has been built. So, man, credit to that. Just think about all of that, family, because we spent a lot of time together, hours together in the Pelican post-game report over this season, fam. A long season. Remember DC last year with the shortened season. This is the long season again, and hours together.
The 2 extra games this year.
You know what I'm saying? Watching this all transpire. So anyway, DC, I'm just kind of amped about that. But let's get into the Clipper breakdown. Hold on, DC. They got a super chat here. It's Tasha. Tasha, our resident Spur girl, says Q and DC, we saw the replay, and we ain't never scared. I was
What
definitely
replay?
going to show up and talk. Yeah, I said that. I said you was. I said
Yeah, that was all on me. That wasn't on Big
yeah.
Q. I wonder if they're gonna show up.
I
Q
said
Q
yeah.
said y'all gonna show up.
Nah, they gonna show up
Hey,
because
they,
they
come
don't
on, they
play
gonna
that.
show up. That
They
was
don't play
all
it.
on
They
me.
gonna show out and they gonna talk their stuff. Win, lose, or draw. They gonna talk their stuff, but it's all right. We gotta let them talk because they hurting on the inside, but it's all
Yeah.
good. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna pick it up and we're gonna take it a little further for you, okay? So don't worry. Y'all focus on that draft now, you hear? You focus on that draft now, you hear? Anyway, DC, let's get into the Clipper talk, bro. Let's how we get this win over the Clippers, bro.
It's pretty much similar to tonight, but we really gotta execute at that 3-point line, Q. Man, you talking about a Clipper team. Well, their lowest percentage 3-point shooter is 32%, but that's Reggie Jackson. And he even get hot. You know, you got a bunch of guys that shoot 40% from the 3-point line on this team, man. So that's how they killed us last time. They killed us from that 3-point line. Norman Powell is back now, and he was shooting what 52% from 3-point line on the season.
It's ridiculous with how they was shooting this 3-point ball, DC. Ridiculous.
Kennard shoots 44% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, they knocked
It's clear what we gotta do, man. We can't let them get hot.
Run them off that line, bro.
From that line, because that's how they beat us last time. So obviously they're gonna look to replicate, what they had success doing. Right. And for some reason, we just gave up a ton of 3-point shots. You seen that heart being taken away from them by the Minnesota Timberwolves the other night. I think maybe that could knock them down a notch or whatever in that rhythm they had going by the time they played us. I think they would have won a few games last time they played us. But again, this ain't no cakewalk, which none of the teams really are going to be at this time, man. If you're around right now, you've proven yourself throughout the season. So first, it starts with Paul George, obviously. But, once we go to locking him up, if we got to double him, this and that, they're going to do kickouts, and they get wide open shots. Reggie Jackson has, been playing pretty damn good the last couple of years. So he's another guy that can kind of go off and get things going. We got to contain him. And this new dynamic of Powell, I don't really know what to expect from him, man, with this Clippers team. He ain't played a lot of games there, so he's still learning his teammates. Maybe that's enough to hold us over, but we cannot let him kill us from that 3-point line. One of the Morris twin himself, our favorite Morris twin, but that's Markieff Morris. He steps up for him and plays awesome on the offensive end, man. You got to contain him when he gets those little pockets when he get it going, the way he get it going. So they got a lot of guys, man, a lot of 6'7", 6'8" guys. You got Terrence Mann, who's like their version of a Herb Jones with a little more offense. Robert Covington, he dropped a 40-point game a couple of weeks ago. I mean, this team is loaded if they can get it all together. Nick Batum, you know what he brings, and he's shooting 40% from the 3-point line. So it's talent all over this Clippers team, man. We got to go out there and handle our business and do us. We can't try to play a different game. The game we played tonight is our game. You know what I mean? So we got to stick to who we are and start it with defense. We cannot let them get off to a shooting start like they did last time. I think they hit like 9 or 10 3-pointers in a row. That's why you keep hearing me drive home this goddamn 3-point line. But if we can do that, man, we can run them off that line and we can, kind of hold back Paul George. He's too good to shut down, obviously, but you put Herb Jones on him. He did a good job on him last time they played, prior to the last time we played. But if we can get a decent game like that to slow him down and run these guys off 3-point line, play Pels basketball, man, this is a W. But we are in their hometown. I'm gonna see how that Clippers arena look with them out there. They ain't gonna have a blender to cheer for them like tonight. But I definitely see a winning future for this game. The Pels pretty much have been owning the Clippers the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. I mean, we beat them with Kawhi over there when the expectations for us weren't even high at all. So we've had several games where we played the Clippers and performed pretty damn good, no matter the circumstances what we're dealing with. So hopefully the last game we had was an anomaly, and you'll see the Pels turn up and pretty much have a similar game like they had tonight against the Clippers in LA.
DC is at the mic right now talking, and DC, thank you for.
All right, I give you that one. I give you that one.
You should know that I was flashing back and forth between the two.
Yeah, you know, all light-skinned brothers look alike to y'all. So
Cut it out, bro. Nobody said that. No, stop throwing all the light-skinned brothers in the world in there with you, grouping everybody together.
What you mean? I'd have been all of them. I'd have been Steph Curry, J. Cole.
Nobody called you no Steph Curry. J. Cole, yeah.
I'm just telling you what people to call me, bro. You called me Jose Alvarado tonight. I've been Bob Marley for about 10 years.
Oh, you definitely.
I've been everybody.
You definitely Bob Marley, no doubt about it.
I'm just like I'm D1. Like,
you definitely D1.
I'm anybody who likes it. That's me.
I am everyone. Hit the like button, family, for the Pelican win, man. Hit the like button if you're not a member. Hit the subscribe button and join the Pelican Post Game Report, man. Fantastic, man. It's the Pelicans. This is big. If we play on, man, this is big for the Pelicans. It's NOLA.com. You can see the paperwork at Times-Picayune as BI throwing it down, baby, on the Spurs and knocking them out. Great affair. People dancing and happy. And, of course, we'll come out and support the team. Even when the team was stinking, we was out here supporting them. But, look, DC, to talk about the Clipper matchup, we need another team effort from the Pelicans tonight against the Clippers on Friday night. We need another team effort, fam. Of course, the big guys came out and scored a lot of points. You've seen what C-Mac was doing. You've seen what Magnum BI and Big V was out there doing. You've seen the defensive outing and then 12 points added by Herb off the bench by Grand Theft Alvarado. You don't expect Trey Murphy to struggle like he did. He had 2 points tonight. He'll do better in the next matchup. Larry Nance struggled tonight. He'll do better in the next matchup. So, and Jackson Hayes didn't get any points for you. Had one attempt in there, but he's running around.
Kind of brings for him too, man.
Right,
he might have been a little nervous tonight.
But that changes. Don't expect that kind of that type of play. But listen, in terms of the Pelicans have to play defense. We just talked about it. You're gonna have to run them. My take is they got to run them off the line. You cannot let you cannot let the Clippers sit up there and hit those shots. You got to be in their face. You got to run their asses off that line, and then you got to punish them. We got to hit our free throws, and we got to take advantage because this was going to be a game on the road. We got to do the fundamental stuff. We got to hit a high clip out. We 74% with 3-point free throws tonight. We got to get a high clip on our free throws. We can't turn the ball over. We have to play some really good defense there. We got to play as a team. So, I mean, these are some of the things that we need. And you cannot – the biggest thing I want to say is you got to run the Clippers off the line. You can't let them sit up there and take those three-pointers. You got to run their asses off that three-point line because them dudes get hot, and I don't know what's going on with them shooting them threes, very abnormal. But you got to run them off the three-point line. And force them to take twos or whatever you got to do. Just don't let them take them threes because they can knock them down. So that's my take on the Clippers, DC. And that, of course, that game will be, my friend. Friday? It's gonna be a late ass game.
Friday at 9:00, bro. Late
9:00. Oh, that's gonna run all the way up until about 1:00 in that sucker, man. But anyway, regardless or not, man, it was a fantastic game. Really happy for the Pelicans, man. It just shows that would resolve and Coach Willie taking the team, getting them into the plan, and we're gonna keep playing on and on and on. We're gonna take care of business with this Clipper team and move on into the playoffs against who the top seeded team DC? It is the Suns.
The Suns, yeah.
The Suns. And of course we heard what they were saying about Zion Williamson, that they didn't exactly shout. I mean, they're just throwing mixed information.
Bro, let me tell you what they said. They said Zion is obviously progressing as you see him dunking here, right? But, they're not going to play him today, and they're not going to play him Friday, and he probably won't play against the Suns either, but they haven't shut him down for the year. The team wanted that to be known that he's not shut down for the year, but he won't be playing against – that shit made no sense what Doris was up there saying, but she said that was per David Griffin. So I'm like, oh, I get it. That makes perfect sense. A little bit of double speak. You know how he get down. So he not playing, but we're not shutting him down for the year because he could be playing.
Welcome back
But
to
I'm not gonna think that he not playing because he could be playing, and I don't want to tell y'all he could be playing and he not play. I did it good, Q.
You did it pretty good,
Yeah,
DC.
that's basically what David Griffin just did. Though.
Yep, and this is footage right here of Zion. Right here, you can see he stopped. We got a teaspoon in front of him. And a little
But he
footage
shoot a
right
lot
there.
of threes lately. I ain't hit a half
There
court
you
shot in
go.
practice.
There go the big fella with the pregame dunk. Teaspoon in front of
Oh,
him.
he got like 3 of them crazy dunks then. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
360 windmill.
Yeah,
He did another 362 hand. They ain't got that one up there.
Nah, they did. But yeah, that's the thing. And you get to the playoffs, possibly you see Zion Williamson in the playoffs. It's mixed information all around. Very confusing, isn't it? About does he play for the
he's
same?
probably gonna play, but they don't want you to think he's gonna play because he's gonna sit out. But they don't want you to think he gonna sit out, so he might play.
They scared, boy. They scared. They talking against it. Don't let them do it. Don't let. The Pelicans are a dangerous team, man. I think a lot of NBA people realize that the Pelicans are dangerous, and the
They're
Clippers are
not
a good club.
realizing that IQ. They got one
Some of
eye
them got
open now.
some of them got sense,
They
but
got one eye open.
but the rest of most of those people,
They
man,
still
you got to
sleeping.
understand the setup or the structure that they're in it doesn't invoke them or doesn't promote them to be critical thinkers. It tells them what topics to stick around. That's why they only talk about a handful of topics. That's why you're not one of the topics. They have not decided on making you the team to talk about, like they did with the Golden States or the Lakers and most
I'm
of
gonna
these
say this
teams.
too.
You're not
So
there yet in their mind.
let's give the national media a little bit of credit because
I ain't giving them shit.
Let's admit something. Last year,
You admit it.
Last year,
I'm not giving them shit.
Last year,
DC, I am a grumpy old, like a grumpy grandpa. I'm not giving them. I ain't giving you shit. Like old people that say, I ain't giving not shit. Shot. I'm not giving you a damn thing. Just because they gonna sneak on your side, say the Pelicans look dangerous and run over here and backstab.
What you're not gonna give them?
I'm not giving them a goddamn thing. The hell with them people, man. Now the ones
we had all them nationally televised games, Big Q. That's what I'm getting at. I think that's some of the hate, some of the unbiased hate, come from the fact that we had all of those games in 2019 that were nationally televised, and Zion didn't play. And then they start lining us up with the other games, and we was laying eggs. I think some of the hate comes from that, from us being on that big stage. Unlike other teams, we weren't allowed the chance to actually fail. You know what I mean? They expected us to be whatever straight out the box when we were getting those nationally televised games, because we can't act like they didn't have a time when the national media was kind of hyping us up after, kind of pissing in our face, kept telling us Zion ain't want to be here when we first drafted him. But once he started playing, they did drum up that hype train when we had Alvin Gentry, man, and we dropped the ball with Alvin Gentry. But we knew that. We said that shit was going to happen because they should have fired Alvin Gentry. And shit ain't work over there with the Kings either, huh? Ain't nobody saying he shouldn't be fired from Sacramento. But
just to let people know, the rewind button worked. You can hit the rewind button and go back. And here we were saying all this at the time, the whole way there.
That was about almost 3 years ago, Q.
Hit the rewind button, it still worked. It'll take you back that far. A little bit more longer than that, actually. The rewind button worked.
Yeah, it does, bro. But a lot of people these days not rewinding past 7 days. So not everybody. I imagine people here in the flock are different, seem to be a little more critical thinkers. We putting on for the Pels, man. We ain't worrying about the national media doing it, but I do get some of the hate for those reasons. Now, the shit when they talk about relocate the team and they try to act like we don't exist when we doing phenomenal shit, that's just clear hate, man. But if any ammunition they got that is actually accurate, which they never use anyway, they just use a whole bunch of biased bullshit talking about the Pelicans for reasons why we're not good. If they did bring up 2019 and different things like that, I would have to humble myself and actually understand that part. But we ain't done no more. And the Pelicans, I'm telling y'all, like I said the last show, the Pelicans will never go back to what they were, at least not for the next 10, 15 years. However, this little run we about to go on plays out, because this is about to be something special. You witness it tonight. You know, this is another one of those landmarks. Y'all want a whole videotape family. You might want DVR this shit. You know what I mean? Because it's only going to get better and better. And it's going to get to a point where it's undeniable. Once the Pels reach the playoffs and they actually have some games like this on the big stage, they will be forced to talk about it. They will be forced to get that credit. But this is the thing, too. I'm going to say this and you go ahead and take it over, brother. When we finally do get that credit, because the way the Pels playing, the world is going to have to pay attention, and they're going to be forced to give it to them. We can't take our foot off the gas pedal. That's the only thing I'm a little afraid of. We've been through this with the Saints. You know, they drag us through the mud, and then they finally give us some credit, and we go and lose and shit.
No, we won't. We won't. We won't, because I'm gonna be reminding us the whole way. The national media didn't make us. It damn sure won't break us. They've been ignoring us and talking shit, making fun of you. Guy calling for your team to be relocated when you wouldn't do that with nobody else's team. As bad as some of these other teams was playing and looking, the Sacramento Kings never looked like shit. I never heard the man say relocate the Kings. Let them stay there, but take your Pelicans away from you.
Relocate the Kings. Why nobody ain't never want to try to relocate the Detroit Pistons? I've never heard that. When is the last time the Detroit Pistons have been good, though?
When Chauncey, well, I don't know when the last time they were good. I don't follow them like that. I know the last time they won the championship was Chauncey Gardner with Chauncey Billups. With Chauncey Billups and Ben whatever his fate, Wallace, and the rest of those guys. That's the last time I
give you one.
That was years ago.
Okay, you got that. Why they ain't never trying to relocate the goddamn Washington Wizards?
That's a good point. Because it's a big city, and they ain't never been hitting on shit, to be honest with you. When there was the Bullets, they had Bernard King, which was one of my favorite old school players.
Was really good.
That was a long time ago, but since then, and of course they had C-Webb and there as well. But that team, they never really was a threat for anything. I mean, they had Gilbert Arenas that they were good. Every 5, 6, 7 years they'll turn good, and then they'll be good for like 3 or 4 years, and then they'll stink. But nobody talks about relocating those guys or taking them out of there. Nobody does. But when it comes to you, remove your team away from you. And then we went through all of that. We talked about his motives. I went on a whole little spiel about it, showed some articles, and show where that's coming from. So I mean, don't be fussing at us because Dale Demps is a dumbass and he was doing stuff and he lied to you. And a lot of people hate Dale Demps. Magic Johnson don't like him either. Magic Johnson say he was the reason why Magic had to step down as the head coach from the Lakers, because he leaked that trade to the press that destroyed the Lakers team. He had no intentions of making the trade, and he screwed Magic Johnson in the process. They're backstabbing little troll, man. Now you got the nerve to be an assistant coach on somebody's team. Yeah,
because I ain't gonna call Kuzma ass anyway. It'd have been nice to have what was the other player they had in there? It was Kuz and somebody else we could have got to.
It was somebody else. I know it was
What, that Zubac?
I think Zubac. I don't know if Zubac. I don't know if Zubac was in there. He might have. I don't know. Y'all fill it in. All right, WB3 making an appearance in the chat there, DC. We got us a win. Clippers got and then he didn't finish writing. So there you go. Willie said we got us a win. Who is us, Willie? Who is us, Willie? Who
I thought
is
us was supposed to be in the lottery, Willie. But hey, nonetheless, he ain't coming.
You got to eat that shit, man. I ain't gonna let you forget that.
He ain't coming with no rain. So yeah, we got us a win.
You can't come with no rain. DC ain't got no water.
Can you stay us though, and stop turning into them boys? And fat boy need to do, and just stay us.
You don't stay fat boy. He said fat. Fat boy. Fat boy.
Fit boy.
I'm like, bro, come on. WB3 with that rain machine ain't got the water turned off on that machine. He can't turn it on right now.
Turn it on tonight.
He can't.
Nah, they turned the city water got turned off. Like
Yeah,
they turned off all
they
the lines for that damn rain machine.
right. He sliced his holes. You know, he ain't got no water running to the rain machine. They sliced the holes on it. But anyway, fam, listen, that'll be the end of the show. Listen, I appreciate all y'all. We got almost 200 people in here. Please feel free to hit the like button, fam. Hit the like button for the Pelican win. Hit the like button if you hadn't hit it already. Yeah, that's right, PK fat boy. Yes, that's WB3. That's his verbiage there. But listen, fat boy. All right, so hit the like button, family. For me, if you're not a subscriber, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Hitting the like button and the subscribe button is free. It won't cost you no money to do it, and in very little time, like really just a second of your time to do that. Also, feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed as well. That helps out the broadcast as well as we continue to move forward on the show. And remember, we'll be back on Friday night with the Pelican Clipper matchup. The
late night edition.
It's a late night edition. The final.
Tonight was a late night edition.
It's the final playing game right now. We get that 8 spot, and we match up with Willie's former boss, Monty Williams. That'll be an interesting matchup, and it would be even interesting if Zion Williamson makes an appearance in the playoffs. Could that be something circulating around there? That adds extra.
The man he did 3 goddamn 360s tonight.
He ain't ready to go though.
DC going between the legs.
But the report saying he ain't good to go. He doing 360s and
no.
all this, but he
don't
ain't
worry
good
about
to go.
that.
What player you know that
he took
you
out
ever
the warm-up
seen?
stuff. He put on a suit and a big ass chain. No, he ain't playing. He ain't playing.
Oh, he gonna shut him down. He ain't gonna play. Man, doing 360s.
But you seen that dunk he did, right? See the dunk he did?
I mean, could we put? Do these work here? Do this work?
He is practicing 5-on-5 scrimmage. You know, last time he practiced 5-on-5 scrimmage, he was set to play the game like 2 weeks later. But you know, he not gonna play.
It's not gonna happen. All right. So anyway, with that being said, listen, fam, we're gonna clock out on that. We'll be back on Friday after the game, man. We're gonna recap this thing and have some fun again, man. It's playoff time in the Big Easy, man. The Pelicans representing tonight. Y'all celebrate. Y'all have a good night and a good day because your team represented, man. We're gonna celebrate for a day.
We got a day.
The next one.
So we back in heart attack mode.
Right. And for Sean and Tasha, y'all, thank y'all for joining us on this show. And y'all make sure y'all get that draft paperwork. I'm gonna be asking about who y'all gonna pick on the next show.
Oh Lord, damn! Well, they cut Willie Water on, bro. I thought they turned the lines off to the water machine. Willie, he the way nigga rigged the water lines back up. Y'all buck about a play, happy for the win. We still not gonna win unless we got
who is boy. We? Oh,
unless we got fat boy. That's how he said, fat boy.
Fat boy. Okay.
Somebody tell him that Sue was ugly. God damn, Willie.
Yeah, Willie got the rain going now, bro. It just got.
Y'all know what we gotta do, family. We're gonna have to collect some money, and we're gonna have to buy Willie a suit and send all these hot takes to the Player Haters Ball, and make sure Willie get an invite because this shit is amazing.
Willie gonna win the top award. Pelican Player Hater of the Year goes to WB3, man. That's no doubt about it. Pelican Player Hater of the Year. That's definitely going to be WB3. All right, so with that said,
make sure he fly economy. He got to have a Burlington suit.
A Burlington suit?
Yeah, it's the Player Haters Ball.
It's going to be a big-ass suit on him. It ain't going to be fitting him right. It's going to either be too small or too big. It ain't a tailored suit. It's a suit off the rack.
Hey, but the most expensive part of the outfit we got to get for Willie will be a goddamn umbrella. Because everywhere he go, what cartoon that was, but everywhere that person went, the goddamn cloud just used to go around him and it'd be raining all the time and shit. What that was, Q?
I think that was Charlie. Wasn't that Charlie Brown? I don't know. I'm thinking it's Charlie Brown. It wasn't Linus.
Around in the goddamn cloud.
You think about Pigpen, the kid that was dirty, had a dirt dust cloud used to follow him everywhere. Now I don't know.
This person, they had a natural. It was an organic rain machine. They just follow around everywhere, Q.
It just
Everywhere
rained
you
on
walk,
them.
it was raining and shit.
It might be
Cloud,
Charlie Brown.
little cloud over his head.
That might
Just
be Charlie
water
Brown.
coming down all the time.
Just rain all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They saying
That
Charlie
Willie.
Brown. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's
That's
Charlie
Brown.
Brown.
Yeah, that's Willie, man. Whoever that was, if that was Linus or Charlie Brown himself. Yeah, that's Willie, man. So we're gonna send him a player hit his ball with a nice. We could get him a Louis Vuitton umbrella. That's the most most expensive part of the outfit we put together for the brother.
A Burlington off the rack suit.
Burlington suit and some used Stacey Adams. Not no new
Stacey Adams, and what kind of umbrella?
Somebody uncle.
And what kind of umbrella?
We're gonna give him a Louis Vuitton umbrella. We'll top notch on the umbrella.
Oh man!
Already got his organic rain machine, so he bring that shit on over there.
Oh real man!
Nice dramatic effects and all of that with the rain machine. I'm sure he'll take it home, bro. With it takes.
Yeah, WB tree. Well, we'll be back, man, on Friday afternoon, man.
On the night where we in the goddamn
Of course. What you thought? What you thought was gonna happen? What you thought was gonna happen? You thought some sensical stuff was gonna happen? Hell no. Shame on you for even thinking that. So with that being said, listen, we out, man. We're gonna holler at y'all later. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you ain't subscribed, feel free to share the show links on your social media feed. And the fourth thing, family, check out the Pels shop in the link in the description section below for all new Pel merch for the PPR platform. I mean, we just released a bunch of new collections. Everything from CJ, McCollum, Zion, Big V,
Mr. McCollum.
Yeah, Magnum BI Part 2 is released as well. Several new designs are available and collections are available at the Pels shop. Link in the description section. Remember, the proceeds goes to help the platform. So with that being said, me and DC, we're going to holler at y'all later. See you on Friday. Go Pels.
Peace.
Check out Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelican, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. The Who